You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Good evening. Today is Monday, September 25th, 2023. Welcome to News 25. I'm Missy Kohler. The annual 1 October Sunrise Remembrance Ceremony will be held this Sunday to remember the victims of the 2017 mass shooting.
The annual 1 October Sunrise Remembrance Ceremony will be held on Sunday to remember the victims of the 2017 mass shooting. Clark County announced the ceremony will begin at 7:30 on October 1st at the county's Government Center Amphitheater in downtown Las Vegas. Scheduled speakers include Governor Joe Lombardo, Clark County Sheriff Kevin McMahill, Clark County Commission Chair Jim Gibson, and Steve Gomez, the father of Angie Gomez, one of the victims of the shooting. Country music singer Pat Dalton, a survivor of the shooting, will sing Forever Family and Amazing Grace. The Academy singers from the Las Vegas Academy of the Arts will perform the national anthem. The public is invited to attend and can bring lawn chairs due to limited seating available. The ceremony will also air live on Clark County TV. October 1st will mark 6 years since the mass shooting at the Route 91 Harvest Festival. 58 people were killed at the scene or at hospitals. Another 2 people died in 3 years since from the injuries they suffered. It remains the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history.
Christopher Storm, a repeat offender and fugitive wanted on various charges, is arrested again. News 25 reporter David Preston has the declaration of arrest and gives us the details.
On September 21st, Nye County Sheriff deputies conducting residence checks were notified of a call for service for a wanted person, the wanted person being Christopher Storm, a repeat offender. A reporting party connected officers in regards to Storm, stating that they saw him at LJ's Market in a dark hoodie and basketball shorts driving a dark in color Chrysler sedan. Later that day, officers were conducting a residence check on a probationer when they noticed the dark in color Chrysler sedan that Storm was reportedly to have been driving. Officers also noticed a maroon pickup truck, which was later confirmed to belong to Christopher Storm. Earlier in the week, Storm had an encounter with law enforcement where he fled the scene of a traffic stop officers conducted on the maroon Dodge pickup truck. Additional officers were contacted and began setting up a perimeter, not only due to Storm's previous law enforcements where he fled officers, but also due to the fact that he was reported to be armed. Later, Storm was seen by officers to be grabbing an unknown object from the maroon pickup truck, and when Storm noticed officers, he allegedly attempted to flee the area on foot. However, Storm was taken into custody by officers without injury to neither Storm or the officers. While conducting a search of the vehicles, officers allegedly found a spent shell casing, an expandable black baton, and a black backpack allegedly containing multiple different drug paraphernalia. The contents of the backpack, according to officers, are as follows: a glass jar with a leafy substance consistent with marijuana, a smaller glass jar containing a yellow substance, potentially being THC wax, and a white container that contains several pills identified to be over-the-counter Tylenol medication. Also, a white crystalline substance tested positive for methamphetamine. Officers also found 2 hypodermic needles within the vehicle, but not in the backpack. Due to the black backpack being located in the vehicle that Storm was reportedly driving, officers believe there's probable cause to assign ownership of the items to Storm, according to the report. Christopher Storm was arrested and charged with resisting a public officer, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of a dangerous weapon, and possessing a Scheduled 1 and 2 controlled substance less than 14 grams.
There are proposed rate changes for campgrounds and backcountry permits at Death Valley National Park. Mikey Ruin gives us the details.
The National Park Service is seeking public comments by October 25th on proposed fee changes for backcountry permits and campgrounds in Death Valley National Park. The NPS proposes to increase nightly campsite fees by $4 to $8. Some backcountry permits would become reservable in advance on recreation.gov with a fee. The NPS made permits mandatory for overnight use of the most popular backcountry areas in the park starting last year. This was done to provide high-quality experiences for people while limiting impacts. Backcountry permits are required for roadside camping along Cottonwood Canyon, Marble Canyon, Echo Canyon, Hole in the Wall, and Greenwater Valley roads, and for backpacking in the Cottonwood and Marble Canyon areas. Currently, these permits are free, but are only available on the same day and in person during business hours at Furnace Creek Visitor Center or Stovepipe Wells Ranger Station. The NPS is seeking to issue these backcountry permits online through recreation.gov and no longer issue them in person at visitor centers. This will allow people to acquire their backcountry permits online and plan in advance. The proposed transition from issuing permits in visitor centers to online will benefit other park visitors who will no longer have to wait in line while a park ranger issues a backcountry permit, which typically takes 15 minutes. Most of the money the park charges for entrance, camping, and backcountry permits stays in the park to provide visitor services and to maintain public facilities such as campgrounds. In recent years, recreation fees have paid for educational programs, flood repairs at Scotty's Castle, and remodeling of Dante's View. A portion of fees charged through recreation.gov will go to the contractor that operates the reservation service. Death Valley National Park is accepting public comments on the proposed fees increases until October 25th online at parkplanning.nps.gov/DEVA11. Comments may also be mailed to Death Valley National Park. Attention, fee proposal, P.O. Box 579, Death Valley, California, 92328.
Nevada's Rainy Day Fund is now the highest in our state's history.
Nevada's so-called Rainy Day Fund is now over $1.23 billion, its highest balance in the state's history. State Treasurer Zach Connie's office says the new balance was achieved after transfers of $326 million from the state's general fund last week. The Rainy Day Fund had to be replenished after its entire balance was transferred to the general fund in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. State law requires several transfers to the Rainy Day Fund, including 1% of the total anticipated revenue for each fiscal year and 40% of the unrestricted balance of the state's general funding that exceeds 7% of operating appropriations. The balance was over $904 million at the end of June last year.
When we come back, we'll recap the 2023 Fall Festival.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. The 2023 Pahrump Fall Festival was held over the weekend. The theme this year was Cowboys and Aliens. Lots of rides, carnival games, booths, delicious food, and live entertainment for the whole family. There was also arts and crafts and horticulture. News 25 producer David Preston took his nephew to the Fall Fest on Saturday and recorded this fun video event. new online study has named Reno as the happiest place to live in America.
The biggest little city in the world, Reno, has been named the happiest place to live in America. According to a new study done by OutsideOnline.com, Reno tops the list for the following reasons: with a whitewater park, multiple climbing gyms, a month-long summer arts festival, a number of craft breweries, and urban art installations handed down from Burning Man, the late summer gathering in the Black Rock Desert, 140 miles north. The biggest little city in the world, ample public land, and mountain vibe make it a fun town for a populace hankering for just those qualities. A former golf course became the Sierra Vista Mountain Bike Park, where a new trail suitable for adaptive cyclists opened this year. The Tahoe Pyramid Trail is over 80% complete and will follow the Truckee River, 114 miles between Lake Tahoe and Pyramid Lake. And the new Reno Public Market, once a rundown strip mall, was reimagined as a food court with 17 food vendors, Pilates classes, and live music. Come winter, the chutes of Mount Rose are about 30 minutes away. Outside, said Reno's room for improvement includes smoky summers and air quality solutions during the wildfire season. Reno sits ahead of Wilmington, Delaware, New Orleans, and Cincinnati.
Time now to take a look at sports. Here's Mikey.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports. The Las Vegas Aviators in their final game of the regular season yesterday against the Reno Aces, victorious 6-5, but the Aviators fell short of a playoff berth. On to the WNBA playoffs, Ajay Wilson scored 34 points in the opening game of the semifinals against the Wings in Dallas yesterday. 97-83, the teams resume their best-of-5 series tomorrow night in Vegas. The Raiders were in action yesterday against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Falling short 23-18, they play the Chargers in LA on Sunday. Vegas Golden Knights were in San Jose yesterday against the Sharks in preseason action. Sharks win 5-2. They play the Avalanche in Colorado this evening. Pahrump Valley Varsity got edged out by Mater Academy East Las Vegas on Friday. 36-30, they played Democracy Prep Agassiz Campus Blue Knights on Friday. That's your look at sports on News 25.
Christy Sigmund from Never Forgotten Animal Society is here to tell us about a dog named Hanzo who's looking for a new forever home.
Today's Rescue a Pet segment is brought to you by Realty Executives in Action. Put the team at Realty Executives in action for you.
So this is Hanzo. Hanzo was found with his 3 brothers out in the desert in Las Vegas. We don't know much about his history. We don't know really where he came from, but we have thoroughly enjoyed having him and his brothers here. They are absolute sweethearts. They're goofy, they're silly. Yes. And they love to be loved. We are located at 3091 North David. That is on the corner of David and Bell Vista. And our phone number is 775-537-8674.
When we come back, we'll have your health report, so stay with us.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Thanks for staying with us. Having a baby in the NICU can be an emotional roller coaster for new parents, but research done at Cleveland Clinic Children's shows placing a live webcam in the NICU may allow for remote bonding and ease worry.
The NICU is a very challenging environment. Parents are stressed out. Many parents have mental distress, as we call it, and it's challenging for them to come in all the time. So the hypothesis was that they may be using the webcam
A NICU stay can range from days to months, making it hard for parents to visit their newborn every day, which can be stressful. Researchers wanted to see how a live webcam would impact the situation. They studied 59 infants and how their families used a 24/7 NICU webcam. Results show parents logged in more on days they were not able to visit. They also found that families who lived more than 15 miles away had more logins. In addition, parents who were suffering from depression and anxiety did not come to visit in person as often, but still logged into the webcam. Overall, findings suggest having a virtual connection to their baby helped parents, especially those experiencing stress.
Our finding that on the days the parents were not able to come in, but they logged in more, just shows that it was really helpful for the parents, the webcams, to bond with their children.
Next steps include exploring whether frequent use of NICU webcams increases breast milk production, which is important because generally NICU babies who are breastfed tend to have better outcomes.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Sneaking a peek at the Lerner and Rowe WeatherCam. Looks nice out there. Temperature is dropping a little bit, but feeling great. John has the full weather forecast for the rest of the week coming up, so stay with us.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, all up and down the Ace Country Radio Network, and available on the web at the local BTV app, the app that will melt your face. Fernley saw 83 degrees today, 85 out in Fallon. Carson City at 78 felt cool, not as cool as it is to be in Tonopah, 76 degrees today, 78 also out in Goldfield. Beatty saw 88 degrees, and I think that's about perfect. I love Beatty's weather today. 94 in Amargosa makes them the hot spot. Vegas close behind it. 91 on perfect poolside, and out in Death Valley, 104 big burly desert degrees, but I think it could have been worse, so you got a break today. Here in the Paradise Pahrump, let's take a look. Current temperature, 89 degrees, 91 just a little bit earlier. That was today's high. Winds out of the south-southwest, just 9 miles per hour. Sun rose this morning in all its glory, hope and promise of a new day at 6:34. Setting this evening at 6:36 as we reach parity. Look at that. Clear skies tonight. We'll see a low of 58 degrees. Beautiful star watching if you're looking up with your head going, yeah, baby, I love that. What do we see for the rest of the week? I think it's sunshine. Yeah, lots of sunshine, actually, the next 3-4 days. Temperatures coming down from 91 degrees, 92 degrees, and you'll see a degradation into the as the week progresses. Looks like it hits the dirt on Sunday at 70 degrees when we start rebuilding next Monday with sunshine throughout the week. A little bit windier than I would like on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but basically little squalls, little temperatures dropping out of the stars a little bit. We end up in the mid-70s. That's a pretty nice fall day. I'll take it. All right, back to the desk. Here's Missy Kohler.
Thanks, John. Well, that's going to wrap things up for us tonight at News 25. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you have a great night.